You need your head. So in every disability, there is ability. Somewhere. Take advantage of it. That is what it is. In every disability, there is ability. I, for one, I realized, yes, I cannot involve myself in athletics like my brother. He likes athletics. I can't play football, but my brain is up. I dropped it. So I'm here. Dr. Apple with 60 degrees, created inclusive. That's why you invite me here to talk to you. Not my legs. So basically, whenever we reach, actually, thank God you have raised it. You are going into the field. It may sound insensitive to them, but in a polite way, tell them that even when you have disability, there is something remaining. There is nothing as bad as recently I was driving, actually I drive myself. This boy helps me on other things. I drive myself and I'm driving normal cars, not worked on. Why? Because I realized that I don't need legs to drive a car. I need to jump out my mind, and the gentleman who helped me drive that car, he first put him on his laps to teach me how to drive. He said, "Can you maneuver on the road?" I say, "Okay." So at one moment we were together, he jumped out and he left me in the car and it was running. I had to fight to make sure that I will learn the road. I don't know, because it was somebody's car that we had stolen at night. Imagine that scenario. Calling Jesus was not enough because Jesus was the Son of God. So I had to call God himself for intervention. By the grace of God, I maneuvered, I could stop, I could change gears. It was like, you see? Meaning that you can do it without me. Start doing it that way. So we will always tell them, yes, we at times have disabilities, but within the disabilities, there is something that you can capitalize on. Allow me, sir, just highlight one more statement. I know time is not the best of our life. For every one of us here, the reason why we have problems in Uganda is because you have not left. Because every one of you has a solution to a problem. Every one of you here, seated, has a solution to our problems. But do you know what the problem is? I will take you back to the books of Miles Monroe, the late. He said that the biggest tragedy is not death, but life without purpose. Have you discovered your purpose? Because if we discover our purposes, trust me, all the problems will be solved. I'm one of the proponents who does not believe that we have to depend on donors. Uganda is so rich. You guys, have you traveled? My brother has been to Israel. Imagine a country in the desert is the leading exporter of fruits when we have 2 seasons of rain in Uganda. Why? They sat down and identified that. Can you sit down? Identify your relevance to the society, either near you or far away from you. This country will be better. You imagine a person graduates with a degree, then he will tell you, I've been on the street for the last 6 years. Are you for real? With a degree? A degree? You're on the street. Do you know what the problem is? They want to live your life. That is what the problem is. Who told you that you must be in the same office that I am to be better? Lastly, it is a story. Some of you who know old Kamparatax Park, many years back, I think Sraf may know. I had joined Makerere. Yeah, is this guy the town man? He knows. There used to be an old man. He had a Scudo Suzuki painted white, and he would be in a white overcoat, white boots, and he was selling Macarena. And there was a sound of music playing non-stop. Macarena, 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 Macarena. That guy, my research indicated that he paid school fees for his 5 private students at the university selling Macarena. Some of you say, Bananda. Yet that is your conduit to success. That is your conduit to make a difference in people's lives. But you want to sit in my office in order to help them. No. Start from where you are. In your village. In your area. Some of us, the other time I was challenging a neighbor of mine at the entrance of his gate. I found a heap of dust bin and bread that went bad. So I drove to his home. I said, "Son, do you see this that you threw? It was somebody's food." And one group of people that have mastered that, in fact, I have seen it somewhere, I have many friends who are Muslims. They have mastered it. At one moment, I was at UBA Bank, and a friend of mine, I phoned him. He had 1 million that he was changing to get change. 1 million. So I asked him, "What is this money change for? Are you selling pancakes?" He said, "No, today is Juma. I'm going to give it out." Good day.
Very interesting. Dr. Nabok, you've got my head thinking whether Ashraf is really of this generation or not, because the things that Ashraf is capable of, I actually didn't know. You talked about Ashraf and soccer in the same statement. I'll ask people to look at Ashraf properly when he gets up later. But Sarah, as you give your parting shots, I want you to just help us understand this better. Every time young people think about civil society, reaching out to people, the first question is, we think about white money. We're talking about Americans and Europeans. What is Angel Forum? Because you have a very big membership. I'm wondering, what are you doing as Angel Forum to change the mindsets of these different members and the nation at large to understand this aspect called local enablers of philanthropy?
Thank you. First of all, for many who don't know, there are so many donors who give us money, from selling sandwiches, making juices, white people whom you're looking up to. They go door to door selling sandwiches, selling old clothes, doing odd jobs, getting a few pounds and shillings or whatever to give to you. So for me, really, why is it that white money from selling Mzungu pancakes is not as respected as black money from selling African pancakes? You understand? Now, this enabler question is a mindset thing. And in answer to what we're trying to do, and of course our partners in the room will tell you, we're trying to work on mindset. We're trying to do what I would call 3 things, which is to recognize local giving. When you see it, you know it, no matter what it looks like, recognize it, but also to dignify it. Dignify it by give it respect. Let people, understand that's also important. Give it space, and then finally to amplify it. Amplify it by doing whatever you can. You make it possible. You make more of it happen. You replicate. And the partners that spoke about are doing things like this. There's stories of so many water issues across the country that have been solved by doing those 3 things by our partners. Now, as NGO Forum, yes, we have over 760 members. And you know the one thing most of them are struggling with? That wanting foreign money. Now that it's gone, so many are struggling. We are all fighting for the remaining pot that is left. But guess who is still working even without money? Our friend from Kanja in Kokota will tell you how he has not had budget for so many years, and he's still working. Karamoja is struggling and he's still working. But many of our members are struggling without it. And again, I say, it's a mindset thing. Would you rather the money for the meeting hall, or do you want the meeting hall? Would you rather the money for refreshments, or you want the refreshments? If you could get your councillors to a room and they want a transport refund, but there was someone who could give you a car to get them from one point to the other, would you want the money? It's a mindset thing, and as NGO Forum, we have realized that times have changed, and whatever we do now, it's about the citizens. So all the work we do, even if we go ahead, is that we have to do conversations with them to find out what the issue is. And then also tap into local knowledge to find out how can we solve these problems. I mean, people have done things the way they have done for years. All we do is try to make better by peer reviews, peer support, and things like that. But NGO Forum is working hard to amplify those who are at the grassroots, to do the things they know best that suit us. Just like we're told by Eshban, solutions, definitions that suit us, not that suit others. And so at NGO Forum, really, people don't even know that they're enablers.